Well, this is a game that literally came out of nowhere, and a game I never expected to talk about or play on my channel, or have my fiance playing a ton of it. Actually, I kind of had a feeling whenever I saw people talking about this last week that it would be right up your alley.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, I was right.
Yeah, definitely. Once I played it on stream, I knew it was gonna be good.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's all I played so far.
Yeah, right.
Right.
She totally didn't borrow the Xbox Series X and take it downstairs.
Yeah, I basically did. Hey, GB, I'm gonna be taking this. I'll be right back, and I never gave it back.
Yeah. By the way, obviously, I'm joined by Riley Black Fox.
Goodbye.
And by the time you watch this video, she may or may not be doing another Palworld stream. I think she's going to do one Wednesday night. So feel free and stop by, say hi, hang out, watch her play some Palworld. It's a lot of fun. And even I've been obviously playing a little bit of it. Not much, but a little bit. I'm getting a feel for it.
Right, slowly but surely.
But yeah, it's a pretty amazing game. Most people call it quote unquote Pokemon with guns. But Riley, since you've put tons of hours into it so far, what is Palworld to you?
Well, Palworld to me is a combination of multiple games. So I would say it's like Pokemon slash Digimon with Lego Fortnite slash Minecraft
Yeah.
and some gun elements.
Yeah, with some guns. Eventually you get guns.
Eventually. I'm almost there, but yeah, eventually, yeah, you'll get some guns. And it's like a combination of multiple things, but they make it work so well. I don't know why. It's just something about it. It's like Arceus, like Pokemon Legends Arceus, but way better. And without this stupid story.
Yeah. And for the record, Riley is a lifelong Pokemon fan.
Yeah, I've been playing Pokemon since was it Fire Green and no Fire Red and Leaf Green, yeah. And yeah, that I forgot which one I think that was. I think that's Gen 3. I started in Gen 3 basically, so a long time ago in the Game Boy Advance era.
Yeah.
So I've been playing it, and I've seen the other ones like Red and Blue and Gold and Silver. I've seen those too. So I haven't played them, but I did see them. And yeah, it's pretty good. But I'm definitely liking Power a lot more, mostly because it's kind of stuff that you've been wanting to do. It's like Pokemon, but God, I wish I had a gun, or Pokemon, and I wish I could do this and I could do that, and now you can't. And it's like all these questions. What happened to like the Pokemons if we had like M4s or something? or it's like, yeah, y'all would be screwed. It's kind of like that, you know. It throws all the wonders. It's like, what if we did this? And then you can do it.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it so good, because you can do so much fucked shit. It's like you look at the cute Pikachu, and then you put a Glock.
Wow.
It's like, yeah, give me your money. Basically. It's kind of like that. I love it. That's why I love it. Is because sometimes I do that with like some pals. Oh, it's like, look at the cute Foxy, and then I just pull out the axe and start knocking them out.
Wow.
It's fucked up, but it's funny. I don't know why.
Now, what I like is whenever you go up and you start looking at one of the new pals that you come across.
Yeah.
And you're like, wow, it's so cute. And then all of a sudden he goes aggro on you and attacks you.
Yeah, and then I have to kick his ass.
Yeah, or else it kicks your ass.
Or else it kicks my ass. It's like, for example, yesterday. I know it depends on when you guys see this, but basically, yesterday I was fighting a dragon, and it looked super cute.
Yeah.
And then it started kicking my ass like completely. It's like, oh god. So I died like 3 times trying to capture that thing, but I did it. I did it though.
Nice.
I did go against it, and I beat it.
Yeah.
Mostly because I'm not a quitter, and mostly because if I didn't capture it, or if I just gave up, it would have bothered me all night. And probably while I'm sleeping, I'm gonna wake up and capture it first thing in the morning.
Yeah, so basically what Palworld is, it's an open world crafting survival based game.
Mm-hmm.
You build a base, then you capture, kill pals, and you put pals into 2 categories that you capture. Either you put them to work, depending on what their abilities are.
Yeah.
Because some of them are really good workers. Or others, you use them for fighting. You take them out with you into the world as you explore, encounter other pals. And there's also enemy NPC factions, the syndicates. Then there's another one, which is basically the syndicate.
The Free Pal Devout something?
Yeah, I guess they're like PETA. They're like the game's version of PETA.
I guess.
Because they want PALs to be free. They don't want PALs to...
Yet for some reason, when, I guess free PAL something, but for some reason I was fighting them yesterday, and I saw one of them in the jail.
Yeah, I like the premise of there being two different like enemy human factions that you have to deal with.
Yeah. But
it just feels like the Free Pals faction is just like green and white versions of the Syndicate, which are dressed in black.
I don't know, like the little journals that you find, the iPhone things.
Yeah.
I wonder if they explain the lore and it tells you what they are and what type of people they are. But I haven't done that yet, so I haven't looked into Palworld lore, you know. So I've yet to do that.
Yeah, and that's something else I like about the game, and I think you might agree with me. Whereas in Arceus, you played Arceus, one of the things that annoyed you was sitting there having to read dialogue. Long-ass dialogue when you just wanted to go play the game and go catch Pokemon.
Yeah, because the characters were so boring on that game.
Yeah.
It's like you have good dialogue, right? Like you have Platinum, Pokemon Platinum, or Heart Gold and Soul Silver from Pokemon. Good gameplay and good dialogue. And in Arceus, it's just everybody puts me to sleep. I don't know why. Even Sun and Moon was interesting, at least to me. Or Ultra Sun and Moon.
Yeah.
It was good. And this... I'm glad I don't have to go for the bullshit story. This is basically Arceus without the bullshit.
Yeah.
So...
And the NPCs you talk to, because there are friendly NPCs, like settlers and merchants.
Yeah.
They're very cut to the chase.
Yeah, it's like, hey, how you doing? I'm selling some stuff. You want to buy some? And then that's it. It's like...
They don't tell you their life story.
Yeah.
They're just like, hey, what's up? I see you're new here. Here, you might want a piece of wood or something.
Exactly. Yeah, they definitely do help.
And with the journals, there is lore, but it's your option to go and read the lore.
You don't have to. You can just go around and play it like Elden Ring, where you can just go anywhere.
Yeah.
And then just kill anything.
Yeah, it's optional. You're not forced to read it. But I'm sure a lot more people will get around to going over the journals, and you probably will as well.
Yeah.
But I like the fact that it's optional, where the gameplay itself, the fun factor, is why people want to play the game.
Exactly.
And so, you go exploring, and you still got a bit more exploring to do.
Yeah, and just saying, with the amount of time I played, the map is huge. It's like, holy crap. Like, I played like yesterday, I think it was like 6 hours or 7 hours.
A few.
Yeah, I said, oh, only been playing for like a couple minutes. No, I've been playing for 6-7 hours.
No.
And then the day before that, I did the same thing. And, geez, I'm not even halfway done. It's like I've explored so much. Mm-hmm. And I've only explored the main area of the map, like the center area. Besides that, I haven't touched anything else. It's like there's this whole other desert area and this whole snow area. And then there's this thing we call the Tree of Life in the background that we haven't seen yet.
Yeah, and that reminds me of Elden Ring, because I think there's a large-ass tree as well in the distance.
I don't know if you can get to it.
I'm sure you can, because isn't that one of the things at the beginning of the game where, like, the tree is the key or something?
Something like, I don't remember the intro.
Yeah.
Yeah, the towers and the trees or something.
The towers, obviously, the towers controlled by the different factions. Like, you already took out one tower.
Yeah, the tutorial one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With what, Zoe and her...
Zoe and the fucked up looking Pikachu.
Yeah, the super extra large Pikachu of a cigar.
Yeah. So basically, I killed that one, and that was just a tutorial.
Yeah.
Then after that, I've defeated a couple bosses in the dungeons.
Yeah.
And like the dungeons and the sealed entrance, like the one where the penguin is. What's it called? This huge cement area with a giant portal in the middle. That.
Yeah,
That I defeated like 3 of them. And I've been going pretty far, but there are so many others that it's just a pain in the ass to get to, and just they deal so much damage, and it's just very, very tough.
And that's the cool part, because I've been sitting there watching you play a little bit whenever I have a chance, and it's just as fun to watch as it is to play.
So would you say this is one of those games that is like better to watch or better to play?
I would say 50-50. Like I've been playing a little bit at it, and once you really get into it, then it starts to become fun, and it's pretty easy to get started.
Yeah.
Especially if you put your base in a good spot. That's the key. You have to put the base in a decent area, and then work your way to getting the fast travel points, because the fast travel points will help you get around the map a lot quicker.
Definitely. But definitely the one thing I do like about that whole thing about the bases is that you can make multiple bases.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you can only make one. You can have like, I have 2 at the moment.
Yeah.
But it's really good that you can have multiple bases. And the best part is that there's so many, this could be a good and a bad thing, there's so many areas in the map where there's like a buttload of nothing,
Yeah.
which you can make a base there, which is great because you have a bunch of space where you can just put a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Which is great.
I don't know what the limit is. I think maybe it's 3 PAL boxes. I don't know.
But
at the moment, you have 2 bases because you need one up in the north.
I have one in the at the very bottom where you first start.
Yeah.
And I have one in the volcano area.
Yeah.
And basically, the reason I wanted 2 is because in the volcano area, literally next to it, there is 0. There's 0 teleportation, fast travels.
Yeah.
So I decided to put one there in the middle of the what is it called? The trench? No, it's not the trench. What's it called?
It's like a valley.
The valley. It's like a valley, and then you get to the village itself. It's like very badass.
Yeah, it's really cool looking.
And there's like a huge view.
At the very
and
edge of the ocean.
It is literally perfect.
It's good.
But I definitely want to make another one like in the far top left of the map.
On the other side.
Because I have one at the bottom in the south. I have one in the
top right.
Northeast.
Yeah, northeast.
Yeah, and I want to make one in northwest.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, triangulate it a little bit, especially in an area in the map that, once again, has no
point
transport points. And I think that's something they could have done a better job of.
Yeah.
With the transport.
You know where
again,
I could
it's
make
far
one?
from perfect. Huh?
I could make one in that one island on the top left where there's no point.
Yeah.
So I could make one right there.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's a pretty fun game, and it's weird because you can literally create the base with certain workers that will create an ecosystem. They'll water the garden. They'll garden it.
You have to get certain Pokemon like
Pals.
Pals, whatever. Basically, the water types. It kind of shows you like the water types. Like if you find like the little penguin, or like a sea serpent or something. Water types basically. They are the ones that water.
Yeah.
And then you have like certain Pokemon like or pals.
The squirrel.
You have the cat.
Yeah.
And you have the squirrel. Like some of them, like once you capture them, on the bottom right, it'll tell you what they do.
Yeah.
And this is what you want to do definitely when it comes to like capturing a pal. It kind of works well because the game wants you to capture a bunch of pals. So what you want to do is that you keep capturing pals and pals and pals, and then you look at their abilities and see which one is the best one, because sometimes some might be good, like, oh, this has like 20% bonus defense, or some of them could say minus 10 attack, but like 50% bonus work speed. See, that's the one you want, even if you catch like multiple of them. So you want to catch like multiple of them and then see which one's the best one for said thing.
Yeah.
Or for example, like if you want like certain Pokemon for both, like, hey, I want this one for my team and I want this one for mining or for my warp space, right?
Yeah.
Capture multiple of them. And then, okay, this one, okay, good attack, good defense. Okay, this one's going on the team. Okay, this one has work speed. Okay, this one's going on there. And there you go. Just this is one of those games where you definitely want to look at the stats.
Yeah.
It's very, very important. So I would definitely suggest doing that.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, there's the farming aspect, the building up your base, the going out exploring and fighting with other pals against, capturing, killing pals, bosses, enemy NPCs. I mean, there's definitely a lot to this game.
There is a lot.
And apparently it started production back in 2021 of a very small team. And I don't even know if they're like hardcore professional developers. They kind of learned on the way. And they eventually segued to Unreal Engine, which I think was a smart choice. But yeah, I mean, it's been a success. 7 million copies, according to Palworld's Twitter account, sold in the last 5 days. A lot of that could be Game Pass, by the way. It may not be, literally sales off. But Steam, you can buy it on Steam right now, early access, $27 US. Or if you have, Game Pass on your Xbox One or Xbox Series, you can get it via Game Pass. That's what we currently have.
Right.
And for the record, we have played it on both Xbox Series and Xbox One X. And what are your opinions about that?
Okay, well, I'm going to start with Xbox One.
Okay.
We play on the X, like he said. So the last version of the Xbox One.
Yeah.
It runs like ass.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
It literally, everything you look at looks extremely low res. Everything. Wood's on the floor, the stones. Structures. Pokemon in the distance looks like little pixel dots. It's just...
And it's slower to load things.
It's slower to load things. So even in the last Xbox version, the Xbox One version, just don't. It's not good. So it's just one of those games that you want to play on Xbox Series or PC.
Yeah.
You do not want to play this on last gen. It's just no.
Yeah, it feels like this same thing that they try to do with Flight Simulator on Xbox One. It just doesn't work.
There's
too many sacrifices that have to be made to even try to play Microsoft Flight Simulator or Palworld on your Xbox One X.
Yeah.
It's better to play it, like she said, on Xbox Series. Like we have an Xbox Series X, which is great for it. Or if you have a decent gaming PC. But, yeah.
But definitely play this on next gen or PC.
Yeah. And this game is far from perfect. I know people are loving it. Riley's loving it. She's going to be streaming more of it probably.
I'm still in the honeymoon phase.
In the honeymoon phase, which has lasted a pretty long time, so that's a good thing. But this game is far from perfect. We have noticed issues. In fact, your original save file that you used on the first stream died at the very end of your stream, and we have yet to get it to work again. Of course, we haven't bothered going back to it.
Well, yeah, but basically, like he said, at the end of my stream, my world crashed.
The first stream.
And then after that, it just kept crashing. I loaded in, kept crashing.
And I tried it the next day a few times on the Xbox One and a few times on the Series. Yeah. And it kept crashing.
So basically, like GB's Lego Fortnite world at the beginning, it's gone.
It's gone.
It's gone. It's there, but you can't use it because the moment you get in there, you crash.
It's possible it's been whatever issue is causing it has been fixed, but Riley created a new world.
I created a new world. And I'm so far ahead, I don't even want to.
Yeah, you're not even thinking about the old world.
I'm not even thinking about. Yeah, the old world's gone. I'm not even thinking about that because I am like twice into the game. Like, I think I played like 3 hours or something. On the stream. No, I'm already played like over like 16 hours on this world. So no, that world's gone. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
See ya.
I have way better stuff on this one.
Nice.
And I've explored so much that I don't think I want to go explore the whole other world and then just keep doing the same thing now.
Yeah, but there are obviously issues because this is in beta, early access.
Yeah.
There are going to be problems. Mm-hmm. And we'll talk about, their future plans for Palworld at the end of the video. But we have to acknowledge this. I mean, loading issues, there's definitely low reses that you've come across, especially as you go further further out in the map. Like in the starting area of the map, it seems fine.
Yeah, like the main middle area.
Yeah.
It's once you get to like the desert area.
Oh, the mountain, the snow mountain.
The snow mountain and the desert area, like on the top of the map, like at the very north. Once you get to those areas, it's like so low res. It's like you fall, like the amount of times I've fallen off the map.
Yeah.
It's insane.
And it reminds me of Red Dead Redemption 2 and Red Dead Online. As some of you know, I like to go outside the map. Well, I used to, before I completely stopped playing Red Dead Online. And I've done a few videos on the channel. And there's lower res parts outside the official map of Red Dead Redemption 2, Red Dead Online. But then you get to that really low res stuff where you can literally fall through the map. Very similar to how it is
in Palworld.
But
the difference is that in Palworld, I'm still in the map.
Exactly. That shouldn't be happening inside the map.
Yeah, like if I was outside the map, sure, put all the low res because I shouldn't be there.
Yeah,
but I'm literally in the map, like in the main area of the map.
Yeah.
So, and like if I keep going forward, like you see pals. Like there's pals flying around. They're on the ground. But I fall off the map.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, it has led to some hilarious moments.
It has, yes.
Where I literally tried to capture a Pokemon or a pal inside, like, under the map.
Yeah, because there's, like, this bottom layer of water.
Yeah, the whole map is covered by water. If you fall off the map, the whole area is covered by water.
Yeah.
So, the funny thing is that some of these pals, they keep landing, because not only do you fall, but anything around you falls too.
Yeah.
So, like, I felt like with two pals, and I was trying to capture one of them.
Yeah.
But
didn't work out.
They didn't work out. I couldn't move fast enough, and they just killed me, even under the map.
Maybe she'll demonstrate it in her next stream.
Maybe.
If you just feel like going off and saying, okay, I'll show you what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But that definitely needs to be resolved. The issues with the map.
It's a loading issue, probably.
Yeah. And I think that's the problem. The loading is a serious issue that they need to work on because it's like the game isn't expecting you to be this far out into the world.
Exactly.
They're like, no, you can't go this far out yet, and we're not ready for you out here. We haven't not everything's loaded in yet.
I don't know if they should put like a like a San Andreas moment where you go from like
there's a barrier?
where
No.
there's a barrier and then like certain factions come after you.
I think it's just an issue with the early access open beta. Hopefully they'll resolve that to where it won't be a problem in the near future. But I mean, there have been a few game crashes, and that's happened on both your stream the other night. You went several hours without a crash though, and then you
I
had
went
that,
like 4 to 5 hours, and then it just
and then
like
you had
that.
that major save file issue. But you have
Yeah.
had a few crashes during your off-stream playthrough.
Yeah, like 2 or 3.
Yeah. So it is happening. Frame rate, we've noticed some frame rate problems.
Drop. Like there's this huge frame drop whenever you go check out your pals.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was like in the small settlement.
Yeah.
Where it just I thought there was a bunch going on and
Yeah.
and then it just kept going low res and low frame rate. But no, I teleported away back to my base.
Yeah.
And whenever you check the stats of your Pokemon sometimes or your pals, everything just goes to like 10 to 5 FPS. It's just like super choppy.
Yeah.
So if you're going to do something on that, like do a super quick look at it and then back off because it just goes bad. It just, the frame rate goes like, it sinks.
Yeah, and that's another thing that we were worried about is the crash happened shortly after you did like 2 back-to-back fast travel jumps.
Yeah.
And so ever since then, you've been very cautious about fast traveling too many times in a short period.
Yeah, because I think I fast traveled somewhere where I wanted to do something.
Yeah.
And then I realized, oh shit, I forgot something, and I went back to my base.
Yeah.
And I went back to back immediately.
Yeah.
And then like, it just, I don't know if it killed the file.
It may have just been a coincidence because other people have been complaining about issues as well. So it may have just been one of those unfortunate circumstances. But better safe than sorry.
Right.
Yeah, just don't rush fast traveling. Like if you fast travel somewhere,
Just do something around the base.
For a few minutes.
For a few minutes. Entertain yourself. Make sure everything you want to do.
Yeah.
Make sure everything's repaired.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just kill some time so the game loads in properly and then you can teleport away.
Yeah.
Because if you do it too quick, it might cause an issue. Just kill some time.
yeah, I agree.
Just in this game, this is one of those games where you definitely want to take your time with everything.
I agree. And I would also say maybe don't play this on your Xbox One.
And don't play this on last gen. Yeah, don't.
Okay, time now to talk about the Mamorist in the room. Because of every success, there's going to be a bit of controversy. You can't please everyone, especially on social media. There's always those out there that are going to be unhappy and find issues and make the case about this or that. Whether it's true or not remains to be seen.
Yeah.
But the two big issues that we want to talk about here is Palworld a Pokemon ripoff, and was it built with AI? So we're going to start with the Pokemon ripoff claims. What is your opinion about that as a lifelong Pokemon fan?
I would say there are some that look kind of similar.
Yeah.
But even if it looks similar, it's like a GTA car. It's not the same.
Exactly. That's the point that Gilly Master was bringing up the other day on Twitter, and I agree with him wholeheartedly. Like in GTA Online and throughout the Grand Theft Auto franchise, there have been fictional versions of vehicles that look similar to real life. Some a little too similar,
Yeah.
but originally they did a better job of mixing real life vehicles into fictional versions of vehicles. So there is a difference percentage wise legally that they have to reach in order for them not to get sued by these big vehicle
Exactly.
companies.
Yeah. And I've actually never heard of that point because I don't have X or whatever.
Yeah.
But basically, yeah, I mean, because Pokemon is not like the main boss of mini monster things. Because obviously you have many other ones. You have Yu-Gi-Oh! You have Digimon. You have Bakugan. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
Bakugan. It's like you look for little balls or something and they turn into monsters. You have all these other Dragon Quests. You have a bunch of them. And Pokemon is not the main thing where you can make original little monsters.
Yeah.
For example, you cannot compare Anubis to Lucario. They're way different. You've seen Lucario.
Yeah.
And see, look.
There are similarities between Lucario and Anubis, but
It's not
they're
the
both
same.
they're both based off of an ancient Egyptian god, Anubis.
Right.
And the ancient Egyptians can't exactly sue you for that.
No.
Because that's beyond public domain.
Exactly.
So you could go. That's why a lot of movies and TV shows, use ancient lore and mythology for their stories, like ancient gods, like with Kratos taking on the gods of
Zeus and yeah.
Yeah, and then the Viking gods, because that's public domain. They're not going to have to worry about Odin or Ra are all the other gods
Yeah.
suing them in court because it's public domain. The same thing there, and there's legally differences between most of the pals and most of the Pokemon. And the Pokemon are not even original because, as you cited, they've been inspired by other games, and other IPs. And even South Park years ago, they made fun of Pokemon. They created their own version of Pokemon called Chimpokemon. And even though it was in one episode of South Park, they used the Chimpokemon in their video games as collectibles. In Stick of Truth, and I think also in Fractured Butthole, I think in both games, you could collect Chimpokemon. So it's no different, in my opinion. I mean, even though you can't really do anything with the Chimpokemon, they are inspired by Pokemon. But did Nintendo sue South Park over that? No.
They honestly, they shouldn't have to worry about it.
I don't think so
I
either.
don't think so.
As long as there's enough of a difference between the
there
pals,
is a huge difference already. There is a huge difference.
Yeah, and I've seen some of the so-called comparisons, and it does feel like, in most cases, they're stretching. Some look similar.
Some look similar, but similar does not mean the same.
Exactly.
It's not like it's the same photo.
Yeah, I agree.
So, yeah. It's like comparing like a Marip from Pokemon, or Mareep, or comparing it to like a land ball. It's like they're both sheep in a way, but they're not the same.
Yeah, they're both inspired by a real-life animal, and that's how so many of these animals in Palworld and Pokemon and everywhere else are mostly being inspired by.
Yeah, I could make a bunch of examples, but you already catch my what I'm trying to say.
Exactly. I think most people get that.
Yeah.
So those that are complaining about this being a complete one-for-one ripoff are really drawing at straws.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Yeah, and it's weird because I think half the Pokemon fan base are really enjoying Palworld, but then there's like this really hardcore fan base. I don't know why. They're just out for blood when it comes to Palworld.
I don't know why, because isn't this like another game? Oh, it's like, wait a second, this is something like Pokemon. Okay, but better. Or maybe worse, depending on who you are. But it's still something new. I mean, isn't that something worth enjoying? Like, no, there can only be Pokemon, that's it. It's like, no. Let other people do something.
Plus, to be honest, I haven't been very impressed with some of the games that have been coming out in recent years by Pokemon.
Yeah, you have Scarlet and Violet, which apparently came with a horrible launch. And then you have Arceus.
Yeah, you played that, and
I didn't like it. I played, Brilliant Diamond. I played it, and I just kind of quit halfway through because it just kind of bored me. And it's okay. It's just that I don't know. I guess I was just playing something else. It's the same reason with Spider-Man. I guess I was just playing something else, and I got bored.
Yeah.
And I just haven't been impressed. Like the last good Pokemon game I enjoyed was Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Because I didn't play Sun and Moon. I played Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon.
Yeah.
And it was really good. I enjoyed that. It was a really good game. But after that, like, I don't know what happened. I think that was like 2018 or 2019. One or the other.
Yeah, and for the record, what game has not been inspired by another game?
Or something else.
Yeah, case in point, for the longest time, Assassin's Creed fans wanted a game set in feudal Japan where you could be a shinobi, a ninja, because it makes sense, right?
Assassins, yeah.
And we never got that game. Allegedly, they're working on a game like that finally. But guess what studio took the idea and ran with it?
Sucker Punch.
Exactly.
Yep, and they made Ghost.
Should they be accused of stealing from Assassin's Creed with Ghost of Tsushima?
No.
Absolutely not.
Makes no sense.
No, it doesn't. Are there elements that you could see that are similar, like the stealth mechanics? Yeah, but I feel like Sucker Punch had their own idea. And most Assassin's Creed fans, like myself, were like, this is the Assassin's Creed game that we wanted, but it's way better than we could ever imagine. And so I feel the same thing can be said about a lot of Pokemon fans that are playing Palworld, that are giving it a chance, that they've always wanted a game kind of like this.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a bit more than they were expecting because it's more adultish, but it doesn't have blood, it doesn't have gore.
It does have, like, random, like, bad words. Like, for example, if, like, a Pokemon escapes you.
Yeah.
Like, if you throw it, it's like, the Pokemon, the pal escaped. Cheeky bastard.
Well, that's like a T for teen rated right
I know,
there.
but
it's not an M-rated game, in my opinion. You may do some M-rated stuff in the game, but there's no blood, there's no gore. Like, when the Pokemon die, they just fall over dead with their eyes with...
Yeah,
little...
like in the Pokemon world.
Yeah.
Basically. But basically, you collect their stuff, but you don't have to, like, skin them like Red Dead.
No.
It's not like that.
So, yeah, I think pretty much this whole accusation of Pokemon, rip off in Palworld. There's just enough differences between the two different IPs where
Yeah.
I don't think that Nintendo is going to bother with this.
They shouldn't be in trouble. They should be fine.
Yeah. I mean, especially since this game is very popular on Steam right now, and it's also on Game Pass, which is, Microsoft. And Microsoft, for the longest time, has been wanting more and more games that are exclusive to Xbox and PC to go up against PlayStation.
Yeah.
Well,
because they don't have much. I think all they have right now is Halo.
Yeah, they have a few games, but they haven't really had this kind of impact. Like last year we got Hi-Fi Rush, but I think that's going to eventually go over to PlayStation, which I'm fine with. I have no problem with early access. For the most part, I don't really like exclusive games, to be honest.
Yeah, let everybody have everything.
Yeah, but the issue here is both major consoles, Sony, Microsoft, have been trying to buy up studios so they can have their own exclusive games for their consoles and their platforms. Microsoft has been doing this as well. Why do you think they bought Activision Blizzard?
Yeah, but I don't think they're going to put like any of the like Call of Duty or Overwatch or anything like to Xbox and PC only.
No, they're not, but there's going to be early access content for Xbox players and PC players that eventually will go to PlayStation.
Probably.
But I feel like with this doing as well as it is on Game Pass, and Microsoft is probably at the moment, maybe they weren't involved at the beginning when this game started development in 2021, but this has piqued their interest.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And I feel like if this dev team behind Palworld has Microsoft's backing, then I don't think Nintendo is going to do anything about it, because Microsoft is one of the biggest corporations in the world. So yeah, I don't really think that we have to worry about Palworld going anywhere.
No.
The other controversy, which is once again much to do about nothing, it's a bunch of speculation that's been spreading on social media without zero proof. Accusations of this game being built with AI. There have been no proof as of right now that this game was built with AI.
I can't say anything because I haven't looked at the drama like at all.
Yeah, it's just like, hey, I don't have any proof. I have no idea about any of this, but I think the game was built with AI because, trust me, bro.
The sources trust me, bro.
Yeah, exactly. It's just bullshit. It's jealousy. And I'm not going to single out any developers, but a few developers of other AAA studios have been, posting some not exactly nice things to say about Palworld. It's just jealousy. It's pure jealousy. They're jealous that this small team created this amazing game with a great loop that's addicting, there's replay value to it, that people are enjoying. And they just can't help themselves. I think that's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Now, if there is proof out there, then okay, so be it. But as of right now, most people are saying, no, man, there's no proof.
Yeah.
Nothing. But yeah, overall, I think despite the controversy, I think this has been a pretty successful, solid game. And what's important is the fun factor. People are having fun playing a video game, which is kind of the point. Escapism, fun.
Yeah, we haven't had one of those in a good time, in a good while.
Yeah.
Like one of those video. Well, I mean, it depends. I mean, if you like in Spider-Man 2 or
yeah, Spider-Man 2
for
is fun.
me, I've been enjoying this. I haven't had a good game like this in a quick minute. It catch my interest. I mean, there was also this new game. I'm not gonna lie, that was fun too. But at least from AAA, I guess you could say.
It's not even really. It's an indie studio.
It's an indie studio. Indie is just taking over.
They are, and it's because of Unreal Engine. And I talked about this a year or two ago, that because of Unreal Engine 5, eventually you were going to start to see more indie studios have those tools.
But it's this Unreal Engine 5.
I honestly don't know. I mean, it could still be Unreal Engine 4.
Because I look at it and it does look good, but it doesn't look like Unreal Engine 5.
It's possible that it's just Unreal Engine 4, especially since they've been working on it since 2021. I think they started with a different engine, but they were having issues with the previous engine, so they moved over to Unreal Engine, which I think was a very smart move.
Unreal Engine's a good engine to work with.
And I think that we're only starting to see the success that AA studios, indie studios are going to have with their games thanks to Unreal Engine 5.
Mm-hmm.
And in a year or two from now, you're going to see even more games that are being worked on that are going to be amazing, that are going to give AAA games a run for their money. Maybe not up to the level of, say, GTA 6, because that's beyond AAA. That's quadruple A right now
at the moment.
But some of these other companies like Ubisoft or EA or Activision, there's games. Yeah, or Path of Exile. There's a new Path of Exile game that's coming out. That's you have the devs of Diablo 4. They're scared to death of. So yeah, the AAA studios are not doing so well right now.
It's mostly because I think everybody right now is just kind of tired of live service.
Yeah.
Everybody's just like, oh, we have live service for years. This is getting stupid.
Yeah. They're microtransactioning everything, every little thing. They're trying to squeeze every last dollar, pound, euro, penny out of us. And gamers are tired of it.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, as you see more impressive indie games popping up, you're going to have more fans like gravitating towards games like Palworld.
Yeah. I think right now the only game that is kind of escaping that whole trend right now of live service and kind of going a good way is Fortnite. Because I haven't seen too much like negativity.
Well, they have more things there now that like the songs for festival.
Yeah.
And the cars. You know, there's not that many cars for rocket racing.
But they will add them. I mean, they're slowly adding them.
But you know, they are guilty. But but Epic is the ones behind Unreal Engine. So you have to acknowledge that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, all the studios are trying to make money because all these studios are owned by corporations and investors, and you know they care about the bottom line. So I understand that. But some of them go too far and are too greedy. Yeah. And unfortunately, I feel like it hurts the product at the end of the day. Because people want to be able to put money towards something they're passionate about and that interests them, like a video game.
Mm-hmm.
But how much is too much? They're also talking about now raising prices again for video games to $100.
That is extremely stupid.
Yeah, especially for games that have microtransactions and battle passes.
Yeah, like imagine selling Call of Duty for $100. No. I mean, if you're stupid enough to buy like
the Vault Edition. It wouldn't surprise me.
Like, I mean, there are people already out there buying the Vault Edition.
Well, I'm talking about the standard edition. Not a premium edition or an ultimate edition, just the standard edition.
No, leave it at 70. Or it should be 60, to be honest. But,
yeah.
Because, especially Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to at least, put Call of Duty, put it at 60.
Yeah.
Because then you have to buy all these microtransactions, all these battle passes. I mean, you don't have to buy them, but, I mean, come on.
Meanwhile, Palworld, $27 US on Steam.
Yeah, but it's not AAA, so I guess that's why.
Yeah, but it still offers something that a lot of AAA games are not offering players right now.
True.
Fun. Replayability.
True. That is true.
Which is why most of us got into video games to begin with, along with the escapism, and it checks all those boxes, despite how flawed it currently is, once again, in early access. But thanks to Twitter, well, I'm still going to call it Twitter. I don't care, Elon. We now know about the future of Palworld. So I'm going to go ahead and read this tweet while you guys check out the roadmap. Future Palworld, we would like to share with you our roadmap for Palworld. Sales have far exceeded development team's expectations, and we are currently experiencing many problems due to excessive access congestion, among other challenges. We will prioritize improving this issue first and then move on to implementing new in-game features. Thank you for your understanding. See, I love that. They're off to the right foot.
Fixing the game.
They're fixing issues. They're acknowledging issues. They are interacting with their fan base on social media.
Yeah, I like that because, see, that's something I want to, like, I like from games or developers actually do this. Fixing the game before adding something else. Because I think Call of Duty is the one that gets this the worst. They add new shit without fixing old stuff. Yeah. And it just makes the game super broken. So I like that they're like fix the map, fix all the issues, make sure the game is stable. Then after make sure the game is fine and good to go, then add new stuff.
I agree entirely.
Yeah, that's the way it should be.
Early access roadmap addressing critical issues. Currently, numerous bugs have been identified. We are prioritizing fixing those. Sometimes the world date may experience rollbacks.
I have experienced that.
Yeah.
Because I've hit day 30. And right now, my world went back to day 18.
Okay.
So I don't know why. I don't know if it's like a month and it just re-rolls.
It's all timey-wimey, baby.
Yeah.
Loading screen may persist when trying to load into worlds and so on. This is definitely a problem I've noticed when you're playing.
Mm-hmm.
Improvements to implementing ASAP, configuration improvements to the PAL AI and pathing. Oh, AI, wait, there's AI. It's not the same thing, okay?
Right.
NPCs have AI to some degree.
We know that.
That's nothing new. So I'm sure some people are going to take that and run with it. See, this is proof that they've used AI to make their game. Whatever.
But I've definitely seen that. I mean, we need some improvement because for some reason, like one of my workers keeps running into fire. Like,
oh, yeah, I've seen that.
Like, it just, every single time they just catch into fire.
I've seen several of them do that. I think what they need to do is they need to code it to where the PALs, like, if there's ever a fire element, unless they're a fire, like, PAL, they should intentionally go around like a campfire so they don't catch on fire.
Because what they do, I think, is they run on top of it.
Yeah, it's silly. All right, so future plan updates, PvP, which that's going to be interesting to see PvP. I don't know how that. I wonder if they're going to do it like in the arena. Well, yeah, I guess it says at PAL Arena, so that might be where they do the PvP action.
Yeah, I think they might be like PvP, where it's just like player versus player in terms of like the actual character.
Yeah, and their pals.
Well, yeah, and then you have like PAL Arena, which is PvP for pals, where you can just throw them, and then raid bosses. I don't know about that. End game content, okay.
Yeah, so we have in-game content coming up. And Steam Xbox crossplay, so that's something.
I don't like crossplay with PC. No, I'm probably gonna have that feature off. Or if that's the case, if I'm forced to play against PC players, I'm not playing.
Well, fortunately, you're in the single player world, so you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
But if you ever decide to do multiplayer,
if I try it out and it turns out, oh, you have to do crossplay forced with PC, I'm not playing it.
Yeah, screw that. But hopefully they have the ability. I mean, there's one thing I noticed is there's a lot of options in the menu you can pick from and choose from, so that's really cool. Even on Xbox Series X there is. So maybe whenever they introduce this, they'll allow you to choose, do you want a PvE multiplayer like server or a PvP? So you'll be able to select exactly what you want. So if you do play with other people, it's invite and you have to invite other people, or maybe there'll be like open multiplayer worlds where you can join with random players.
Yeah, because it would be nice, like for example, if it was like me and GB in one world and we could just play together.
The problem is we're using the same Xbox accounts right now.
Yeah, I mean, I would have to start over.
Yeah, but I don't know. That might not be an issue. Let me read ahead. So, Steam Xbox crossplay. It might be okay at PvE, but for PvP, there seems to always be an advantage for like PC players. So I don't like that at all.
A lot of PC players complain about like, oh, you have assisted aim or something with controller, but keyboard and mouse will always be king when it comes to PvP.
That's always an issue we have in like Battle Royale.
In Fortnite. In Fortnite, like facing PC players, they just melt you.
Yeah, I agree.
It's easy because, I mean, I play keyboard and mouse. It's super easy.
Yeah.
And with controller, it's a little bit harder.
And there's also some various Xbox feature improvements. Server transfers, migrations, that's good. Improvements to the building system.
I don't know. I mean, I like the building system right now. It's better than Lego Fortnite.
Yeah.
It's not that complicated. I mean, what is there? I guess maybe issues with the stairs or something. I don't know what they're going to fix. Yeah, you were having
a problem with the stairs. But I would say that, as you were talking about yesterday, it is originally built for PC. That much is obvious. So maybe they'll make it a little bit more friendly for players to use a controller on PC and on Xbox.
Maybe.
But it's not difficult to learn. I would say building is actually easier in this game than building in Lego Fortnite.
I've adapted to it. It's fine for me.
Yeah, and it's very simple and easy to do.
Yeah, I mean, once you figure out how to do everything, like, okay, so if you press up, you go look for the items, and you press start, you go select other things. Yeah. It gets pretty easy to understand.
I agree. And coming up eventually, there's going to be some new islands.
I wonder how they're going to implement that. Like, new islands, like, on the same world, or do you have to...
I don't know.
I wonder how they're going to do that.
I guess we'll have to find out, but... There's going to be new pals, new bosses, and new technologies. Maybe they're going to have laser weapons in the future.
Yeah, like you go from Stone Age weapons with crossbows and arrows to go like normal weaponry with M4s and rifles, and then you go to laser.
It's getting a little too silly, I think.
Yeah, and bosses are cool. More bosses is always nice. In pals, it's actually a really good idea because right now I think there's like 110, 111.
Yeah.
And at least some of them, I know they're different variants of the same Pokemon we already have. Yeah. Like, for example, like the one they're using for the profile picture, Relaxaurus.
Yeah.
Or I think that's how you say it.
The Derpsaur.
The Derpsaur. Derp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Derpsaur, the one you sold to the black market.
I got it in an egg, and then it didn't do anything, and I didn't want to use it, so I just sold it.
He's just big, and here's the thing about the Derpsaur, as we jokingly call him. He looks friendly, but... Run when you see one of these in... If
they see you and they put the exclamation point, you better run.
Yeah,
unless you plan on capturing
one. They
aggro
real easy.
Yeah, unless you plan to capture one.
I wouldn't. They're just big and dumb.
Well, they could have really good stance. I just don't like them. That's just me. I'd rather have, like, Wixen or Lovador.
God, Lovador.
Hey, okay. Let me tell you something about Lovador, okay? She's gonna go into my beloved category, okay? She's going to go up there with the rest of the girls, like Roxy and Carmelita. She's gonna go up there, okay?
She's special.
She's
right?
special, okay? She's going up there with the S tier category.
Yeah.
Then you have like what? Nightwing School.
Yeah, the bird.
Not Nightwing School. I'm trying to memorize the names.
Yeah.
And not call them Pokemon.
But you it's a problem. People keep calling them Pokemon even though they're not Pokemon.
Yeah.
I jokingly call them Fokemon.
Yeah. But there's a couple of good ones. There was this one fox Kitsune. It's obviously Kitsune, but they removed the E.
Yeah.
Kitsune. And a bunch of other ones.
And that's another thing she likes is there's a lot of foxes. There's a lot of different foxes. She loves foxes, as some of y'all know. Her name is Raleigh Black Fox. Duh. And she has a fox character for her avatar.
Yeah.
So it's no surprise. That's another reason why she loves this game.
Yeah. But like there's so many good looking ones. And it's like, oh, god damn it. I only have 5 slots and there's like so many I like.
What's the really cute one you like? Pixie or...
Vixie.
Yeah,
Vixie. It's a cute looking fox.
Yeah.
But
then you have the Firefox, which is very helpful.
Kitsune.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's so many. Oh, yeah, Wixen is good. Then you have Catris.
Yeah.
It's another one.
No, Catris is a cat, I think.
Catris? Is she?
Yeah.
Okay.
Catris, it's in the name.
Yeah.
She looks like a cat.
But anyway, she's also super cute.
Yeah.
There's just so many. Wyvern. Wyvern is like, it looks like Reshiram from Pokemon. Okay. But it looks super cute, and I captured it, and I love it.
Yeah.
It's like a cute little white dragon. But in order to get this saddle, I gotta be level 40.
I know. There's you catch an animal that's a mount. It may take you a quick minute before you can actually use them as a mount.
Yeah,
because it kind of sucks.
Then you have the water one, the Asirun.
Yeah, her. Yeah.
And I have to be like level 22 for it.
The Lady of the Lake.
Yeah. I love those little names. It kind of reminds me of like Elden Ring or something.
Well, that reminds me of King Arthur. The Lady of the Lake with the Excalibur.
Yeah.
I'm going all the way back there.
And then you have like Jertumine or whatever. I don't know. The one that is called the Emperor of the Sea.
Yeah, that one's cool.
It's level 45. It looks like Gyarados.
Yeah, he's a water dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks awesome.
And there's just so many cool looking ones.
Yeah.
And I love it. I cannot wait. But definitely, I hope they add more pals with more originality and less of the, the difference is that this one's a grass type. Oh, the difference is that it's the same one, but it's yellow, so it's an electric type.
It's different colors, yeah. Well, they're going to do that. That's just the reality.
I mean, I know Pokemon does it, but they got so fucking many. Like, I know there's like 6 different variants of like the same Pokemon. Yeah. But I don't like that. I want to see more
variety,
more originality. So like don't take like Relaxosaurus, which is blue, and just say, oh, it's a water and dragon type. I think he's a water and dragon type. But then you turn him yellow. Oh, it's an electric type now. It's like, no, that's kind of lazy. Don't recolor him. Especially if nothing changes. If like the only thing that you change is that it's yellow, then
what if they put like spikes on his back or something? Or give him some sunglasses.
I guess you could, you could make him cooler.
There you
go. I guess,
less derpy.
I don't know. I would take it, but I mean, I just don't like it. It's like the same thing with the Shaman that they have right now. It's like Jolthog.
Those little.
Yeah, they have like an ice version. They have like an electric version, and there's so many. It's like I don't like them.
They're just different colors.
Yeah,
and each one obviously represents the different type of power.
Yeah, so if you think about it, there's not even 111. There's like 80 or 70.
Yeah, because some of them are recolored.
Recolors don't count, so there's like 80 or 70.
Yeah.
So maybe more originality would be cool.
But it's not bad for a small team.
For a small team, I like it.
It's a good start.
With what you gave us, I love it, okay? Yeah. But I'm talking about moving forward. I'm not.
I agree. Yeah, in the future.
In the future, I'm talking about maybe we get more originality. I know it's hard because I mean it's not easy coming up with like 70 original characters or more in the future. Like, okay, what can we come up with? Yeah. It's not the easiest thing. I mean, you already have a shit ton of foxes.
True. I mean, I think obviously whoever created these loves foxes as much as you do.
Which, by the way, good job whoever you are. So if you had more foxes, you have a lot of them, but I mean, I wouldn't mind more.
Of course. What a surprise.
The problem is that if you have more foxes, it's going to be hard because you're going to make me choose which ones I want.
That's right.
And I can only carry 5. Maybe if you let me carry 6. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that might be going a little too far. I think you should limit the player with how much they can have, like, PAL-wise.
Yeah.
But I would say overall, even though you know me, I don't really care for Pokemon. You've tried to get me to memorize the names of the Pokemons. I'm just like, I know about...
I know Pikachu and Charmander.
Yeah, that's about it.
That's about it. But looks like GB is going to memorize the name of the pals before he memorizes free Pokemon.
It's funny, you know, I find myself more interested in the world of Palworld than the pals.
And why is that?
I don't know. I guess it's new. It's inspired, obviously, but it's like different things.
Okay, what does this have that Pokemon doesn't? That makes you care more?
I guess it's, like I said, it's new.
That's it?
It is a new thing, even though it is inspired by other things like crafting, survival, open world games, inspired by Pokemon, clearly. I mean, that cannot be denied. But it has something, when you add all these pieces together, it's a recipe for what's turning out to be a pretty delicious meal.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm enjoying the most about it, the fusion of all these ingredients. So, yeah, I mean, I like it. I enjoy watching you play it on stream and off stream. And I'm even, as you can tell in the B-roll, even though I'm still slowly playing casually.
Yeah.
I'm making like some progress.
Game. Yeah, this is GB's game, by the way. I'm like way higher.
Yeah, she's way higher. And once again, you can check out her Palworld streams over on her channel. Link below in the description section. She will probably be streaming a Wednesday night stream. Hopefully I'll have this video up before then. And I'm sure you'll probably do at least one or two more by the weekend.
Yeah, we'll see. I'll make a community post. I always do. Or try
or
to.
Just do it.
Or just do it.
Like Shia LaBeouf says.
Just do it. I gotta do it. I guess in an hour or two, depending on how I feel.
Yeah.
I'll be like, okay, maybe I'll stream it, maybe I won't.
Right.
Well, I'll let you guys know.
She's always like that. It's like almost last minute before she decides, GB, I think I'll stream tonight. I'm like, okay, what do you want to stream? Like, okay, let me go make a thumbnail for you.
Immediately.
Yeah, and like, no time. I have to...
I'm just like that. I'm quick.
Me, I like to try and plan things a little bit more.
I'm getting patient. I don't know why. I just do.
You're more spur of the moment than me.
Yeah, it's because for me, it's like, okay, I'm in the mood.
Yeah.
Like, I'm in the mood like 2 hours from now.
Yeah.
But sometimes I'm just not. It's just not.
I get
like,
that.
I cannot.
I totally do.
It's like, for example, like you streaming Saturday and Sunday. It's like, oh, but what if I don't want to stream Saturday?
Well, that's happened to me the past few Sundays. I haven't streamed like 2 or 3 Sundays now.
Yeah, that's why you do it in the moment. And just because sometimes you just in that mood.
I think that's smart, not to force yourself to it. And that's one thing that really helped whenever I first saw Asmongold and Moist and a few others playing this. Like, what was it, Friday night?
Yeah.
Like, I was really hoping that this would be a game that would appeal to you because I
good
knew
job.
you loved Pokemon and you had complaints about Arceus and some of their other games. And everyone else was enjoying this. And I thought, hey, this looks like a fun game that Riley could enjoy and maybe I could enjoy as well. And, well...
Good job.
Yeah.
Good job. You found it. Yeah. And you definitely did.
Yeah. Well, I can't take all credit. You know, other streamers like Asmongold and Moist Critical, you know.
But see, I wonder how this blew up. Like, who found it first? And just said, you know what, this looks really good. Let's give it to everybody. It's like, where did this hype come from? Because I don't know.
I think it's just one of those natural things. You know, there's a lot of people out there that love gaming, obviously, and there's streamers out there, big ones and small ones, and they've probably been wanting a game like this, and they saw the trailer for this a while back, and they're like, okay, this piques my interest. Right. And when it finally came out, you had... You know, other creators, big and small, like Asmongold and Moist Critical, give it a chance, and they're loving it. And like Gilly Master's playing it, he loves it, and you're loving it as well. So, the fact that you're generally loving this game, you're not feeling an obligation to play this game.
No, if I want to go back to it, that's how you know it's good.
Yeah, exactly. And you put so much time into Palworld, it's not even funny.
Yeah, like a few minutes.
Can I have my Xbox Series X back?
No.
Why not?
Because Palworld.
Aw.
Mine.
Anyways, check out Riley's channel, link below in the description section. Your thoughts, views, and opinions regarding Palworld, welcome as always below in the comments section.
Bye-bye.